The FIA have confirmed McLaren and Mercedes' flexible front wings are perfectly legal. The governing body confirmed this in a release statement, having rigorously monitored all 10 teams' front wings since the Belgian Grand Prix. Red Bull and Ferrari wanted an investigation to be conducted after onboard footage seemingly showed more motion in the McLaren and Mercedes wings. Thanks for watching another GPFans Global video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the button below, and while you're down there, hit the thumbs up as well. It really helps us out. Now, back to the FIA verdict. Front wings have been the talk of the F1 paddock in recent days and weeks. The concept of flexing front wings to reduce drag is not new, but has proven to be very beneficial in the current regulations that have cars relying on the ground effect. McLaren are currently the pace setters on the grid and are therefore under a big microscope from all 9 other teams, but the FIA has now confirmed that everything is above board. The FIA is examining front wings at every event with numerous checks with respect to the relevant F1 technical regulation. All front wings are currently compliant with the 2024 regulations. No component is infinitely stiff, which is the reason why there are load deflection tests in the regulations. The FIA has the right to introduce new tests if irregularities are suspected. There are no plans for any short-term measures, but we are evaluating the situation with the medium and long-term in mind. If this sounds confusing, or if you simply want to learn more about the technical side of the front wing regulations, make sure to check out yesterday's GPFans special. According to Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko, the team has made breakthrough findings in the rungs of the car following the Italian Grand Prix. After Sunday's race, Red Bull were one of the teams who stayed behind to partake in Pirelli's tire test, as were Mercedes and George Russell, among others. Liam Lawson did 104 laps in the RB20 on Tuesday for the tire manufacturer, but Red Bull took advantage to gather some much-needed data on the car and where to improve it. Despite leading both championships, Red Bull have found themselves on the back foot in recent times. Max Verstappen finished over 30 seconds behind race winner Charles Leclerc on Sunday in 6th and was 22 seconds behind Lando Norris a week earlier at the Dutch Grand Prix. While there is no silver bullets or magic fix for the reigning champions to improve the car, Marko did say the team is starting to turn things around. "We're doing a tire test with Liam Lawson in Monza," Marko told Austrian news outlet OA24. "At the same time, our people will analyze where we have to make adjustments. We have to find at what point we turned in the wrong direction when developing the car. We've already made some breakthrough findings. However, we now have to quickly apply these technical changes to right the car's balance. The next 2 races are on street circuits in Baku and Singapore, so we won't get much information there. In Austin, we'll see whether we've been able to turn it around." And finally, Fernando Alonso is the latest driver to come to the defense of the suspended Kevin Magnussen. Magnussen has to sit out next week's Azerbaijan Grand Prix, as the Dane's latest penalty at Monza has seen his penalty points total go up to 12, which means an automatic suspension. No driver has been suspended in Formula 1 since Romain Grosjean in 2012, when the Frenchman was deemed to have caused a massive multiple-car pileup at the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. Pierre Gasly already came to Magnussen's defense despite being involved in the collision with the Haas car, saying the penalty and the suspension are unfair, and 2-time world champions Alonso too thinks the penalty regulations need looking at. Penalty points, as we've discussed many times, should be for dangerous driving, something that is a danger for the sport and for the others. And I think a couple of those points that he accumulated, I'm not sure. I don't have the list here, but sometimes it's just pit lane incidents, crossing the white line, unsafe releases, and those kind of things. I mean, this is part of racing. This is a drive-through. This is a 5-second penalty. I understand the racing penalties, but the safety penalties are a little bit harder to understand. Formula 2 driver Oliver Bearman is most likely to deputize for Magnussen in Baku, but there's no official confirmation from the team as of today. That's it for today's news, and as always, don't forget to follow us on all platforms, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.